is that you can have an awakening experience, either if it is very wet or gradual, and then you still need to do this post-awakening sadhana to clean up, to process the pain body, the beliefs, the addictions, the patterns, the residuals. Yeah, even if we had some big realization or subtle realization, in order to enjoy the fruits of the realization, like okayness, peace, contentment, love, happiness, we need to do this cleaning up of the residual. Okay, so this is one case. Now, there is the other thing, like, hey, clean up your stuff, whether you had the realization or not, and then actually this will help you to have realization. This makes a lot of sense to me. And also from the point of view of, like, if there are lots of clouds, as you process the clouds, there are less clouds, at some point it will become easier to recognize the presence of the sky. Either way, we need to process our suffering. So I wouldn't go like, oh, let's go for the recognition of presence, because then everything will like fall. Yeah, I think that's like it's like a delaying and bamboozling. Also from the point of view of and I really resonate with this, the inside out path. The inside out path is actually based on this. Hey, don't go for, hey, I'm not that, and don't go for transcendence at the expense of what's here. Yeah, so just meet what's there. Meet what's there.
I never knew what he meant by that phrase, because the first time he introduced it.
The inside out.
Yeah, so I hear him talk about it all the time, but I never knew what it meant.
Yeah. Actually, I asked him, like, because that's a very important concept, and I feel like that. So I want to have an interview with him on that. Actually, I'm going to have an interview with him on Saturday on what is this inside out path, as opposed to outside in, right? Inside out and then outside in. But the way I understand it, and I hope I'm not wrong, is that, I mean, for a lot of my, especially people go for non-duality. I didn't start with non-duality. I started with progressive path, very serious. I didn't know about non-duality. So from one angle, that is cool. Like, hey, discover your ego, discover your patterns, discover your this, work with these emotions. And yeah, but some people, they go for Advaita Vedanta or direct path, and which they are not bad. They are not bad. They are just different methods and systems. Is they say, hey, discover who you are first. Go for your ultimate identity. Don't waste time with this suffering and this pattern, these things, because these are endless. Find out who you really are. Find out who you are first. And so keep coming back to who you are, and everything will take care of itself. That's some kind of new agey, watered down distortion of this non-duality. And so that I don't agree with, you know. Yeah, so the inside out is that, hey, meet the although this is not who you are, this is the suffering. So work with it, work with the deficiency story, with the repression, with all of this, and then it will transcend. You'll go into that there is this presence, or you may discover that there is presence as you are doing it. Yeah, so you're not trying to skip on the outside, say, okay, I'm going to go out on the outside. Yeah, because anyway, you have to go back afterwards. You need to do the post-awakening sadhana. So, and I believe that the core component of the inside out path is that all the psychological problems that we have and patterns and judgments and triggers and compulsions, they are connected to trauma and repression. So let's go into them, process the origin of all these psychological issues. Yeah, start from the beginning. And although it's hard to do trauma work and repression work from the beginning, so yeah, develop the skills in order to do it and start with something lighter, but ultimately go for the very core of where the issues originate, trauma and the aftermath of trauma and repression. And this will take care of compulsion, of relational patterns, of deficiency stories, of the sense of separation. So that's some element of the inside out path.
But Mihai, if you go into them sort of with the same mind that created them, aren't you just sort of, maybe you're getting a better version of it, maybe, but
no, we are not going into it with the same mind that created it. No, we are doing this from awareness. So yes, you need to have some kind of knowledge about awareness, and then there is this presence, and then I am not these thoughts, and the feelings come and go, and then so these are arisings, and I am, so get a lot of, this is the first dimensional practice of meditation, witnessing, self-inquiry, all of this deep stuff. Study that and apply that, grow there to the point that you are processing from this awareness.
right.
Yeah, you are not processing, yeah, so it's not the same mind that created it.
Right. But do you think you have to have some level of what we actually are to be able to process, to really process it?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think so. I think it is hard to process without self-awareness, without knowing this. So from the ego state, to do this rapid fire and all of this stuff, I think that we are going to bounce out, or we are going to get stuck, or it's going to be too much, or, you know, it's going to be hard. So I think the more we have chops about witnessing or being the awareness or concentration, all these non-identification qualities, the more we have chops there, then the less we are going to get stuck.
Yeah.
Going through the valley of shadow, death, of like the Mordor, the third dimension, the darkness.